What's up everyone, it's your girl Shay here and I'm back with another video for you guys. And when this video comes out, it's gonna be on Halloween. So I figured, why not talk about my favorite anime villains? Because you all know it's spooky season, so it's when villains get their time to shine. So why not talk about 5 of my favorite anime villains. Now these are in no particular order, so don't get upset if like your favorite's not on there or if you feel like it's really low on the list. This is in no particular order. These were just villains that I either really liked or thought they were really funny. I just overall liked some of these villains for different reasons, which I will most likely explain why. So I actually have the villains' names written on my phone, so if I look down you know exactly why, but let's get started. So the first anime villain I have on this list is Light Yagami from Death Note. So the main reason why I chose to put Light Yagami on this list is because he was a great villain that you really got inside of the head of because you didn't know what he was going to do next. So if you haven't seen Death Note is about a kid by the name of Light Yagami who comes across a notebook that is a Shinigami's, which allows him to write the names of criminals inside of this notebook, and then they will subsequently die of a heart attack or any other way that he so chooses to have them die. So what ends up happening is the police catch wind of it and they want to figure out who is actually doing these killings. So you get into the mind of Light Yagami, who is, of course, as you the reader know, is the person doing this and is otherwise known as Kira. Now he's an amazing villain because he's super smart. So he knows exactly what to do next. He can pinpoint what the police are going to do, how they're going to do it, and he finds his way out of almost every single situation that he gets put in. So he becomes a love to hate character also by the end of the series, but he's probably one of my favorite villains because he's one of the few villains besides in like live action TV that was super smart and went about it a very interesting way. And since the entire anime kind of takes place with you knowing who's doing it and you're kind of trying to figure out what Light is going to do next and how he's going to get out of all these situations, it's just an amazing roller coaster ride. So I definitely recommend the anime and you will understand why if you watch it or read the manga, why Light is such an amazing villain. So the next one I have on this list is Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. So I know that Dragon Ball Z has tons of villains. I mean, every single season had a different villain, but I had to go with one of the originals. I know that Vegeta was technically the first villain in the series, but I'm gonna go with Frieza. Mostly because that entire arc of Frieza lasted forever. And because of that arc, we actually saw Goku turn Super Saiyan for the very first time. So I gotta give credit where it's due and give Frieza as one of the best villains. I know that a lot of people are gonna say they like Cell as a villain as well during the Dragon Ball Z series, and I actually do pretty much agree with people. I think Cell was an amazing villain, but I gotta give it up for Frieza because Frieza was actually one of the first villains, besides Vegeta, which I don't consider really a villain anymore, that I was introduced to in this entire series. So definitely recommend, if you haven't already, check out Dragon Ball Z, and if you haven't, also check out the arc with Frieza because seeing Goku turn Super Saiyan for the first time was an amazing thing to see. So next I have on my list is probably going to be one that people may not agree with me on because they're not exactly your typical villain, and that is Team Rocket from Pokemon. I know that they're not exactly the best villains because they were always blasting off again and always getting into trouble with Giovanni, who is of course the head of Team Rocket, but I have to put them on this list. They were amazingly funny and one of the goofiest villains I have ever pretty much seen in anime. And plus, I like the resilience. Every single episode, they were going after Pikachu. And every single episode, they never seemed to catch Pikachu. But that's what I enjoyed the most about Team Rocket. It did kind of get repetitive after a while that you knew Team Rocket was going to go after Ash and his friends, and then subsequently never actually succeed in what they were trying to do. And then somehow, some way, their balloon, their Meowth balloon, was going to go blasting off into the clouds. But they were one of the villains that you were pretty much early on introduced to during Team Rocket, and while subsequently later on they did introduce other villains, they were the originals and they were the ones that you really had the most connection to. And after a while they weren't really seen as bad because there were some episodes that you kind of got more insight into like their childhood, such as James's and also Jesse's. So you started to really love them. Although for me, after a while, I started to really enjoy Jessie and James and Meowth and thought they were a great comedic relief during the entire series. So the fourth one I have on this list is Shishio from Rurouni Kenshin. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I remember watching Rurouni Kenshin every day after school on Toonami, and I absolutely loved this show. The first time Kenshin turned into the Batosai, the manslayer, I was hooked. And my favorite villain was Shishio. The only reason why Shishio was my favorite villain was because of how calculating he kind of was and how interesting of a character overall he was, and the entire arc leading up to his fight with him and Kenshin. It was amazing and I loved it. So he became one of my favorite villains in that series. Also because you learn a lot more about how Kenshin kind of became Batosai, and you learn more about Kenshin's past. At least I believe that is the case. It's been a long time since I've actually watched Rurouni Kenshin, but the fight between him and Shishio is one that I will never forget. Definitely recommend watching the show, and definitely recommend when you watch it and you get to the season with Shishio that you pay close attention, and that you will probably like Shishio as much as I did. And the last and final anime villain I have on this list is one that isn't one with superpowers. Now I know that most of the time when we think of villains, we think of people who do bad things, and it's like physically bad things like fighting, or bad things to the characters, whether it's fighting them or putting traps in the case of Team Rocket. But in this case, I chose a villain that does things mentally, and that is Shay from Peach Girl. And the reason why I put her on my list is because she is the epitome of a woman villain in school that most of us girls and guys have probably came across. She is a typical bully, but also that weird enemy best friend that we've all had. It's the friend that we sort of compete with and who makes sure to tell us all of our shortcomings to make us feel bad. And that is exactly what Shay did to Momo. Shay got into Momo's head so much, where she told Momo she wasn't going to be liked by anybody, mostly because she looked so different from Shay. Shay had pale porcelain skin, which so many people envied. Shay was also really tiny, so it made her look extremely innocent, while Momo had darker skin due to the sun because she used to swim. Her hair was bleached due to the chlorine, and she was kind of tall, which made her not look as innocent or gentle as Shay. So that's the reason why I completely had to put her on this list. She reminded me of so many girls I knew while in school, some friends I used to have. So I'll be completely honest. A villain can definitely hurt you physically, but a villain that hurts you mentally is even worse, because that really gets inside of your head. It really brings your confidence down, and it really kind of affects you for most of your life. I know that people can say wounds heal, but those also can cause lasting damage. But mentally, those villains are probably the worst. And Shay was the epitome of that. So, which was your favorite villain on this list? What villain do you feel is your favorite anime villain? I know there are tons of anime villains out there. There's also multiple from different seasons of certain shows, like Dragon Ball Z, of course, has Cell. It also has Majin Buu. If you have Fairy Tail, they also have a villain. Inuyasha has kind of the same villain throughout the entire series, which is Naraku. But some just have multiple ones. So what's your favorite anime villain? Definitely comment below your thoughts. But I also have one more thing to share with you guys. So the last thing I actually have to share with you guys is from my friend Sam. So I know I told you guys about her before in probably previous videos. I believe my last video in September, I actually talked about her, and she does these awesome sticker packs every single month. And I will definitely link her Instagram down below. So I am an ambassador, so I do definitely want to share her products with you guys and show them to you. But basically what she does is she does a fan sticker pack, which is a monthly subscription, and she will basically send it to you. And they have these awesome stickers that you can put on like your Hydro Flask or anywhere else. I know the previous months I put those stickers on my Hydro Flask, which featured the Powerpuff Girls. And pretty much what she does is she does a mashup of two fandoms together for these sticker packs. But I had to share the ones for this month in October, and these ones are villains. It's the topic for this video. So she has this cute one of Oogie Boogie, which is amazing because I actually watched Nightmare Before Christmas not too long ago. And then she also has this cute little card that you can color and be artistic with and send to either someone or keep for yourself. And this card is, of course, showing the evil queen, and you will be able to color it in and send it off to someone if you like. And on the back is also her artist notes, so you know exactly where she got the inspiration from to basically make these stickers. And the last thing she actually also gives you, or at least for this month she gave us, was these awesome stickers. So as you can see on these stickers, they have Kovu, who is from The Lion King too. You also have Oogie Boogie, of course, and you also have Maleficent. These stickers are amazing, and I will definitely link her Instagram down below. And in her Instagram, there's also a link in her bio to actually go to the page where you can actually sign up for this amazing sticker pack. Definitely recommend it. Hope you guys enjoy it. And her art overall is amazing. She also does cosplaying, and that is amazing too. So definitely check her out and you will not be disappointed. But that's what I have for you guys. Of course, I will have links below to all my social media accounts. I have an Instagram, a Twitter, and a blog. So definitely check me out on there too. Hope you guys enjoy that. And of course, like always, give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Let me know how you guys feel about the videos. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Like I always tell you guys, stay positive, stay nerdy in today's day and age, stay healthy, and of course, stay safe. All right, you guys. Bye.